I can't. England beats France in a thriller of a match. Like, I've never watched a football game with 10 goals. First of all, how did England concede 4 goals? You were up 4 goals going into the second half. You could have gone into that second half being like, I'm going to be in defense mode and I'm just going to wait this game out. Maybe, obviously you sub in new forwards, you subbed out Marcus Rashford, you got Ollie Watkins in. You can do counter attack and boom, you score an extra goal. But I would have put my team more in a defensive position. No, they said let's just score. This game was shooting practice. This game literally was shooting practice. I have never seen a game where it was 10 goals. Like, it was honestly one of the most entertaining football matches I have ever watched. This game will be talked about for years, for decades. Everyone will remember France versus England in the bronze medal match. England still can't keep a clean sheet. No matter what tournament, this team just will always fumble something. Congrats to them, hats off to them. They have finally brought the bronze medal home. It's coming home, I guess. We're winning a medal and I am proud of the players, the team. A lot of people had doubts of this squad. This game, France was favorites to win the World Cup. I thought France was going to win the World Cup. And to everyone's surprise, they were now battling for third place. Not only did they lose this third place match, but they were clearly the better team. They scored 4 goals. 4 goals. If any team scores 4 goals, you think, oh, they're going to win the game. No, because England scored 6 goals, 4 of which were in the first half. They dominated France. France had a lot of opportunities in the first half. I will not take that away from them. But England came into this game with a purpose. They started the game off perfectly. In the 3rd minute, they had Declan Rice. I think Declan is a huge important player for England. The moment Declan Rice got subbed off in the semi-final against Argentina, Argentina just clicked for some reason. And they were just scoring, had threats after threats after threats. There's a lot that happened in that game versus Argentina. I can't even go deep down into that. However, I think one of the big things with England is that lion mentality. You call yourselves the Lions. That was missing. That was, I don't know what was going on in the mindset. I don't know what they had for breakfast. I don't know what was going on. But all I know is that at that halftime, England checked out and France said, let's wake up. Let's be the French team that should have made it to the final. And I will give France credit where it's due. They fought. They fought for each other. They fought for their country. They fought for their badge. They fought for their teammates. They really were like, I am a very good team. So if I'm going to lose, at least I'm going to lose with 4 goals. Dembele coming off of the bench as a sub versus as a starter is a very interesting choice. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe there's injuries happening. Maybe it's just rotating the squad. That was very much of a choice. I don't know, maybe their players and teams, when they go into a 3rd place bronze medal match, they don't have much the fight and the grit to win, versus if obviously you're going for gold. It's a bit of, well, I'm just playing. This is kind of a fun game. Like, I know I'm not winning the tournament, but I want to go home with a medal. It's not like the Olympics where you get bronze medal and it's something that's glorified. Getting bronze at World Cup is historically, I think, not necessarily carrying that much weight, obviously, as a gold medal. And so there are mixed attitudes heading into that game. But I think nonetheless, you wear your crest, you wear your jersey, that you're representing yourself, your family, the person next to you, your country. You need to make sure that you are putting all your efforts in. And I will say, France, good job. A round of applause. Like, you did your very best. I think they definitely got told off in that halftime, because the France team in the first half and the France team in the second half, 2 different French team. I maybe it's insertion of Dembele, maybe it's the coaching talking sense into their team, maybe it's Mbappe, maybe he's saying, guys, what are we doing? How are we losing 4-0? This is embarrassing. Let's show the world and ourselves what we're capable of. And that's what they did in the second half. In 2 minutes, in the 47th minute, Mbappe literally scored. I was like, whoop, we're game on. I really thought France could have honestly won the game. England is, I hate to say it, but they're really have been getting the record and the reputation for fumbling the bag. They have always had this slogan of "it's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming home." I'm sorry to say it didn't come home, but bronze medal, I guess that did come home. Congratulations. I think a medal is a medal, but I mean, come on, England, like, you did not deserve to win that bronze medal. I will say Jude Bellingham coming off the bench into the second half changed the game. I think Marcus Rashford maybe could have stayed in the game a little bit longer. Nonetheless, Jude Bellingham came in the second half and he finished the job. Bukayo Saka also finished that penalty. I'm extremely proud of him for completing that penalty. We all know historically penalties in world tournaments, whether it's the World Cup or the Euro Championships, there have been a lot of pressure on these players if they score or miss, especially when they miss a penalty or if it's saved. There has been a lot of hate and racist comments towards these players, and for a player like Bukayo Saka to finally have his opportunity, I'm beyond proud of him and happy that he finished the job and he solidified the lead for England and he got England to get into that bronze medal. They can finally come home as a winner of something. They didn't win gold, but they won something, and that is something to be proud of. As a country, I think in order for England to get to that final consistently is to bring out that lion mentality. You are the Lions. Like, this is what you are known for. You are the Premier League players. This is where football originated. A lot of the culture of football, lots of players, although it's a world sport, England is one of the primary nations for this sport, and it brings a lot of weight and expectations from the players, from the federation, from outside people like myself onto this team. And so in order to really bring your level up one more, I do believe that you need to really dig deep. You saw it against the semi-final with Argentina. Argentina just had that in them. They had that fight. They were just ruthless in the final third. England, just for some reason, it felt like there was a disconnect. A lot of their goals were from counterattacks. A lot of their, not even goals, but a lot of their attacking threats were counterattacks, and there wasn't always a clear game plan or a lot of clear passing to make it into the final third. It was a lot of long balls. It was a lot of, okay, I'm just throwing this ball here and you're gonna run here and you're gonna get this, and crosses in the box naturally. But I think it's the tackling, it's winning the second balls, the third balls, it's positioning, it's communication, it's just finishing the final pass, the final I don't know, they just need something else. And I think it's really that lion mentality that needs to be there come the next tournament so that they can actually bring the trophy home and not just a medal. What I will shout out though is Spence, number 25, fullback for England. Outstanding. I wasn't too familiar with his game coming into this World Cup, especially watching the semi-final versus Argentina. He surprised me. I was blown away. I wasn't blown away, that's a bit dramatic, but I was really, wow, he's a good player. He stood out to me, and I want to shout that player out because, you know, defenders don't always get the glory. It's always the goal scorers. So congrats, Spence. If England did not win that penalty, this game could have very much gone to overtime. This game could have much gone to penalties. Actually, I don't even think it would go to penalties because I think France would win. Having that hydration break was very much needed. I think France was just dominating in the second half, especially in the first few minutes, and that hydration break was very much needed because there needed to be a pause of some sort, whether it was a goalkeeper going down and pretending they had an injury or the hydration break that came in clutch. There needed to be change and someone needs to be spoken to because that game was just getting out of hand. The attacking threats of France needs to be talked about. England conceding that many goals needs to be talked about. This whole game will be continuing to be talked about for decades. It's just a game that will be studied, and I am just appalled. France in the 80th minute almost tied the game, but the goalpost had other ideas and the players were just laughing it off because it's like, are you, this is just unreal, you can't make this up. You know, it just wasn't written in the stars. However, France should be very proud of their performance. They honestly, in my mind, dominated this game. They should have won. If they had more time, they definitely would have won. But I am very also happy for England. This is the first time in a really long time they've actually won silverware at a major tournament. And for Bukayo Saka to actually have his moment, actually scoring his penalty after we all know historically what English players have gone through with missed penalties and the online abuse and hate that is in this game that needs to be demolished. I am very happy that he had his moment and really secured his win and England's win, and Jude Bellingham securing, putting the icing on the cake, because who doesn't like 6 goals? Fans have nothing to be upset about. There's so much to be proud of for both sides, and let's just say, let's go FIFA, let's go World Cup, and bring it on 2030.